Hello, everybody. Super good morning, everyone. So, how's everyone doing today? And welcome to the omnibus month of the seventh month of the year, where ghosts of the Chinese origins are being released. Okay, for those of you who are not Chinese, please wait for your turn. Halloween is coming in a few months. All right, yes, right. So for some of you that may or may not know, right? So this is the month, whereby the gate of hell is open and all the ghosts is flooding out into the human world to do absolutely I got no idea what they do now. Right? So but good morning first lah, right? So I can see Pak Pui come joining, Kahing, Jocelyn, PJ Coach, Sabrina, Eve, right? So hopefully today the mic is more cooperative. I have relocated the mic into a very very near to me place. Now I scared that the sound may be too strong, right? So but anyway, right? So let's do it, right? So today topic we're gonna talk about Legend of the Three Soul, right? So if you have watched enough ghost movie before, then right? So this one Chinese said 三魂七魄. Sure you heard of it before, right? So there's this three spirit and also seven soul, right? So today we're gonna have a leisurely a chat about this thing, right? So the sound is good, like good, I love it, right? So no, then this is the correct place to leave the mic, right? So then I will mark the mic position, right? So we're going to back and look at this, right? So now again, the purpose of bringing out this sort of topic is not to scare you, right? Nor is there any intention of proving it scientifically. No, okay, right? So this is just something that I went through, taken a look, did a bit of a quick research, and then find that okay lah, can. Right? So let's share the bit, right? So this is together with your reincarnation, all those different classification of creatures. Right? So it's actually together lumped with those, right? So because why it's a topic lah, that's why lah, no, it's a topic, and if you practice Chinese metaphysics, whether you like it, you don't like it, you will bump into this sort of topic, out when you are doing, right? So it's good for you to have a little bit of a knowledge on this, or at least some database about this sort of stuff. Then when they are really talking about it, that time you don't get too lost. That's it, right? So it is just for educational purpose so that you don't get too lost about it, right? So I am not like uh expert in this particular area. Please, I'm just somebody who is very kepochi in terms of this sort of information, right? So then I share, right? So once I found out already, enough information, look usable, then I share, right? So no, you see, today I also a bit disappear, right? So let me see, lighting issue, right? Look like the entire place light need to do a bit of a change, right? So yeah, so this is a smaller version of me, definitely look very handsome, like usual, right? Right. So good morning as well, to the rest of everybody. Right. So I can see Simon, John, Katerina, just joining today, right? So come, let's just move on, right? So yeah, I've seen before, right? This thing called Saman Chapa, right? Saman Chapa, right? So it's very common, especially in a ghost movie. Right? Especially in ghost movie, whereby the fella suddenly fainted. Right, the fella suddenly fainted and then didn't wake up. Then you ask a uh Taoism whatever exorcist, whatever it is. Then the fella come in, they'll say, "Oh, this one someone what the hell is this someone and right?" So it is definitely something that's from the Taoism realm, right? So it's from the Taoism realm, right? So we talk about it's actually how a human is being installed. Hello, Stuart. How are you doing? Good morning to you as well. Right, so it's about installation of human, right? So we're gonna talk about this Saman Chapa, right? So and very appropriately, the Saman Chapa, the three spirits, seven soul, so is ngam ngam your 10 month pregnancy. So which means every month one of these component will get installed into the person. So this is the full package, right? So we should understand the ghost better. This got actually this topic got nothing to do with ghosts. It got It got more to do with how human is being constructed from this particular vantage point, right? So please, for those of you who are very into science, oh no, no, it is through the mitosis process of splitting of cell. That's how human is. DNA, no, okay, okay, good, 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 good. DNA is good. No, this is another storyline. This is from another universe. Right? So this is installation of humans. So later we will also discuss a bit on some of the belief, and you will start to understand why certain things are being what we call pushed out, right? So certain thing is being pushed out. You start to understand that. Right? So it really depend on how the entire belief system evolved. Right. So now this is the premise to start from. We take a look. So now let's take a look at what is the someone and Chapak first. Now naming convention, don't bother about it. You just need to know that there are such components. Right. So don't bother about naming convention. Right. So like for example, there's this thing called Tai Guang. Tai Guang. Right? So that's one component of the someone. So someone is the Tai Gang, Tai Gang. Right. So again the literal translation, Thai is embryo. Yeah, Thai is basically embryo. Guang is basically light. So, it's translate as embryo, like light. Doesn't matter, okay? So, this terminology only, please don't go like too, this one cannot, right? So, then, they got Shuang Ling, right? So, Shuang Ling is, is translated as clear spirit. Shuang is when you are very excited. Right? So, this is when wind blow, right? So, Shuang is usually describe the feeling of when wind is blowing to you. So, that crisp, clear feeling, right? So, Shuang Ling, Ling is spirit lah, right? So, no. Right, so then you got Yu Jing. So you is something that is hidden. So you usually is there to describe spirit again, a ghost. So Jing is essence. So these three are the things, right? So now each of them govern different things. So later we'll talk about it. And then the seven part, right? So the third part that usually go, right? So you can see the third part, right? So now again, 死狗, right? So 死狗 is a direct translation is a corpse of the dog. Really, 死 is corpse, 狗 is dog. So that's why it's called dog. So it's like, so boring. Can't come up with better name. Don't care first lah. Right, again, the naming convention also you don't need to bother, right? So that fella is in charge of a food related matter. So this one has to do with the greed and also hunger. Right, so you can see, the seven soul, the third pot, actually has to do a lot with your human desire. All this is basically talking about human desire itself. Then then we got a fushi, right? So a concealed arrow, whatever. So this one has to do with actually survival instinct. Right? I put there killing instinct, survival instinct. Right? So the instinct of is either you live or I live. Is very strong self protection. Right, this one also gonna drive your ability to go and kill another animal so that you can consume the other animal for your own self survival, right? So it has to do with, can you see, these are all desire driven, right? So it's basically desire driven, or what you will call action driven. So now the three soul got someone belong to the yang component, the third part belong to the yin component. So you always see that there is always this yin yang component coming in, right? So now you can say that the someone is in charge of the software, whereas the third part is in charge of the hardware, right? So you can do this sort of differentiation, right? So you can do this sort of differentiation. That again, is there any sequence in installation? Frankly, I did not go and check it, so don't care. Just assume that each and every month one of it get put in. So that's why you can see that people say that only after the third month is the baby is safe, because the three soul or someone must be installed first. These are the three first thing that must be installed. So it's the sequence is really someone first, then only Chapa is installed. Right. So that three. So that's why the first 3 months is crucial, very important, is to collect these three souls. So later we will break up the three soul and let you know what they do individually. Right. So you will find it, very logical. right? Right. So then we got 雀鹰, right? So the word 雀 is the 孔雀 punya 雀, right? So it's the phoenix, or a phoenix, or you want to call a phoenix, or what you call the shit. Forgot already. What's the animal with the tail that can open up very big? 孔雀 lah, basically is that, right? So, or here they decide to use the word sparrow, right? So this one is your sexual desire, right? So it's basically a sexual desire, right? So it's important. Peacock, yes, correct. Che is peacock, right? Usually used to describe peacock, right? So usually so the yin is basically the yin yang punya yin lah, right? So it have to be that, right? So then you got your 吞者, so 吞者, right? 吞财, so that has to do with possession. So it's wealth related, like money, possession, stuff, possession. So to do with that. So can see that all of this is basically desire. Desire for food, desire for self-survival, desire for sex, desire for money. Right. So then you got your 非毒, lung, 非 is lung, 毒 is poison. Right. So again, why do they choose this sort of name? They is a reason behind it, but I did not go and research the word, so don't care, right? So no, that has to do with envy, right? So envy is basically a basic competition. Oh, you got, I don't have, I have, you don't have. You can see that all this kind of stuff. Then you start to see that why all of this sounds very negative. It's again, it is not negative nor positive. It is just like that, right? So which means that if there is a plate of food in front there, right? So it's between you or the other fella. Which means it's either you die of hunger or the other fella die of hunger. How are you gonna do it? You tell me, right? You tell me what will happen. Right, right. Let us split it in half so that we die at the half, right? So you don't work that way, lah, right? So then have to do with what we call what we call 除秽, right? So 除秽 is waste. It has to do with waste, right? So which way the things that you do not, or you discard away, right? So again, this is again desire require, right? So and then you also have 臭肺, right? So that has to do with general emotion, right? So you can see that all of this is basically make you become a person, right? So when a person see another person, this is the seventh thing that they see in a person. So you will see that this is very human. This guy is very, very human, right? So you can see that it installed this 17. So now what happened to babies that is born on 7 months? 7 months means that you guys know that some baby is premature. Chat you baby. 7 months you can get born already. Then this particular fella is born with 3 less desire, which is actually less thing for the fella to worry about. So you got all the 7 desire versus 3 less desire. So that's why I said that I don't know which 3 desire come in early, or do they line up. Is it must be like this particular sequence? Seriously, I don't really know lah. Right? Maybe this is the correct sequence. So I don't know. Right? So but this is the sequence, right? Now we are not gonna talk about the 7 thing, because that 7 stuff you are very familiar with. You can see, right? So you can see, what is that? Food, gluttony for food thing. Eat, 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 eat. The killing intent. Or I must survive. Over you must survive. It's very normal. The sexual desire thing. The desire to own ownership. These are all. Envy. Wastage, and also all this emotional stuff. You are very, very familiar with it. So don't need me to go in. Um, Five poison. What do I do with wudu leh? Which is five poison? Right. Cynthia, you need to type a bit, because uh just for five poison, don't understand. The five poison I know is from the kung fu movie Ng Tok Gao. And that one I know. The five poison stack. That one I know a bit. If you want to know, you need to give a bit of a description. Probably nice. Yeah, these are just probably terminology difference. Right. Wudu, which is the wudu. Right. The what the À, có個叫做乜嘢啊？嫖賭飲蕩痴. I think you're talking about that, right? So that five poison, we don't really call five poison. sacrifice sin, maybe, I don't know. 嫖到飲當吹 is prostitution, right? Prostitution, gamble, drinking, loitering, and also drugs. Five. Yeah. So that I think Cynthia is talking about that five. Yeah. So now let's talk about the three fella, right? So the three fella, so that you know what are they basically in charge of, right? So now this one, you need to know when the baby come, it get installed. When you die, it get deinstalled. Right. So a person, when we talk about a person, someone in part when the all the seven is gone, right? So the fella is basically a veggie, lah. You're talking about a person who got no desire for food, you know, doesn't protect itself, right? So it's somebody that you know you see there, the fella sit there like a doll, doesn't eat, right? Doesn't eat, doesn't defend themselves, no drive for sex, doesn't want to possess anything. You know, you can see that the fella just sit there is like zone out one, right? Like the soul is so that's someone begin part. Lor. Now you start to understand when people give you a description of someone begin part is what the hell is it, isn't it? Right? Right. So now the Genji only left with my is someone is there. Chat part is gone. Someone chat part. Right? So is the three hun is there, but the seven paw is missing already. Right? So when you describe a person, is basically you're describing a semi-zombie. Somebody who's basically sit there and zone out. And if you take too much drug, stoner, you know stone. If you take drug, you know you become stone. It's like that, no. No, so you see what is the third part that is missing, you know. The fella don't need to eat, don't have desire to eat. It's just generally not hungry. Uh, I don't know. No, I don't know whether you have this particular feeling or one day of being so worried that you really don't feel hungry on the entire day doesn't feel hungry, or you so sad that you don't feel hungry. That is basically your 四狗 run away already. Right. So yeah, that's how they describe lah. Right. So they say that maybe one of your parts went away. So if all seven run away, you are faced with a zombie. The fella is not dead. If you take the vital stat, still got pulse, still beating. It's AKA like a coma state, but not too coma. Right. So the fella can still sit, will still move around. It's like a car without software. It's like your phone without a software lah. It's like your phone without apps. Right. You have a phone without apps. It's like kind of useless. It's still got screen, but just no apps inside, or rather a phone without your Wi-Fi cannot use, right? So can also be a person in a state of shock. Yes, could be in a state of shock. Right? So now usually someone in Ginchapa is really something has scattered or scared away that the person chapa. So that's why they need to go through a process of calling the hunting down the chapa to go and find. Yeah. Mm. So it's like collecting the person's memory, you want to call it. Collect bits and pieces of the person's memory to reinstall back. Right? So now again, that process, I don't know. Don't ask me. Right? Don't ask me to chase for people. I'm just telling you, this is the system, right? So no, we're gonna brush away all these thingy, right? So it's just that for you to know that, oh yeah, So when the next time when somebody say, oh, this is just someone, then you know that, oh, okay. So like all his desire has just evaporated. So the guy right now got no desire. All right, fine. Right, so like usual, right? So a bit of advertising for myself. Right, so you can get in touch with me via Telegram, right? So Telegram also got things to download right? So and also if you want a newsletter, it's basically a newspaper, right? So the um Substack service is where it is lah, right? So like for example, we are moving into this I think next week, the next month forecast is going to be published already, right? So it's already finished written. I already set the calendar, so I think it's going to be the entire next week. So the Qimen feng shui and also the Bazi 10-day master forecast is going to go out. So if you want to get it, please go and register yourself, right? So get it right. So now please you register, it will not send you email of previous publication. When you want to read the previous publication, go to the Substack platform to read it, right? So it's basically all there, you can go and read it, right? So, or you can join my community, right? So there's a small little community there for all the fellow enthusiasts, right? So also, repeat a bit, we are organizing the 2026 FSA, right? So to talk about the energy shift in 2026. You want to join us together, the sign up link is in the description, or you can go into the community channel there. It is pinned up right on top, right? So it's hosted by Catherine, right? So I'm just a small little fella that's there, right? Only the soul remain, right? So yes, Pepper, only the soul basically remain, right? So only the soul remain, the rest of it, basically gets scattered away, right? So right, so come, let's take a look at the three soul, right? So the Tai Guang, right? So the Tai Guang embryonic, right? So now when you die, when you die, this fella is the fella that straight away will go and look for the Tao Toi. So Tao Toi. That's why it's called Tai Guang. Right? So the fella will straight away go, right? So this fella govern your life force and vitality. So basically this is the battery pack. Right? Tai Guang is the battery pack. So this is the one that supply life. Right? So supply life. So what this fella does is that once you die, the fella will straight away go for the next one. It doesn't carry everything. No, it doesn't carry everything. Right, so now you think it's so easy, die already, you think straight away can go for the reincarnation, right? Tao Toi should be reincarnation, right? So sounds still a little bit breaking, it's okay lah, never mind lah, 10 out of 10 is maybe I need to stabilize the noise gate, right? So I need to stabilize the noise gate a bit, whatever it is, right? So go back to this one, the Tai Guang, right? So this fella is basically in charge of all the, right? The first one to move on, right? So his job is to look for the next reincarnation, right? So this one is basically the I usually call them the pathfinder. Pathfinder mean that whoever that you send into the battlefield earlier than the whatever army it is, right? So it's actually quite normal to this is like a scout, right? The fella is a scout, right? So the fella will go ahead, right? So go and there, right? So once they find a suitable host, right? So once they find a suitable family, right? So then this particular fella will hang around and start send signal, tell that, hey guys, we may have found something that is hey guy, who's is the guy, the three fella, right? So you got three fella, right? All three fella is basically there. Right, so so this is the one, right? So this one is the simplest one, it's simplest one, basically got no particular job. The fella is the battery pack. So it doesn't carry anything, right? So they just die already straight away. So we'll go around finding the new host or the next chapter, right? So like the sixth part of reincarnation, the fella is there to find the next chapter, lor. Probably the first fella who gets sent back to the reset room, right, to have a debrief, right? So to do debrief in the reset room, ready for the next cycle of the game, while waiting for the other two to clean up whatever need to be cleaned up. Yes, the other two is basically clean up crew, right? So yes, Tao Toi is reincarnation. Did I say Tao Toi is reincarnation? Reincarnation in Cantonese is called Lun Wui, so it's a bit different, right? So Tao Toi is to um attached to a embryo. That's called Tao Toi. Right? So, but Tao Toi is gonna be part of reincarnation, because if you are gonna be reincarnated as a human, then it's Tao Toi lor. If you're gonna be reincarnated as a animal, right? So it's gonna be Tao Toi lor. If you're gonna reincarnate as an asura, then there's no Tao Toi lor. Right? So, but you still get installed into it, right? So, but anyway, right, asura and also even the immortals, you still start out as human or animal, right? Make sense, right? So yeah, right. So the one that you guys are like this particular month one, you are dealing with this fella, your Shuang Ling. Your Shuang Ling is your ghost. This is the one that basically is stay back, usually at your grave. Yes, the fella stay back at the grave. This is the one that need to answer to anything that is left in this particular world that hasn't been answered yet. Right? So, sometime I call this fella the lawyer. So, yeah, the fella is the one that represent you. You chow already, huh? Right? So you already, final. So he is there to settle all the thing that is left behind. Yes, you have done a lot of thing that is not very balanced, right? So if it's very balanced, then this fella got nothing to settle, then he'll join you. But the fella is only allowed to leave when everything is clear. Okay. So now, yeah, run away lah. So that's why there is a lot of um emphasis and discussion about doing good, having good karmic point. When you're so again when your karmic thing is not really that good. So what happened, right? So now this fella is the one that carry brunt of whatever punishment that's supposed to be, right? So he is the guy. So this one govern your wisdom and also your conscious. So now this is the one that cares. This is the person that cares. Right. So now address a bit. What happened to those fella who does not have a grave, right? Yeah, those sudden death, not proper buried, right? So does not have a grave. Then you can't find this guy. So if you can't find this guy, you can't really properly reincarnate. You can see, right? So that's why there's this like particularly this particular month is the month whereby all these Wong one ghosts that does not have a home, right? So which means that they don't have a grave, right? So when you don't have a grave, right, it's very difficult for you to cancel off whatever debt there is. Sound sort of taper off to very low, is it? Let me see. Max gain. How's that? Right. Hopefully it doesn't crack. So I just scared that the sound go very too high pitch, and your mic just go whatever. So never mind. I will just adjust the thing later. Right. So sorry about the sound thingy. Right. So maybe this particular mic is not as good as the other two that I have. Yes, better. Okay. Cool. Right. So now back to this one. Right. So when a person doesn't have grace. Right. So when a person doesn't have grace, you cannot target whatever good or bad that's happening. Can't find the guy. Right. So when you cannot find the guy, you cannot settle your debt. You can't balance out the thing, right? Especially those that again, those that you for fun purpose you choose to go for sea burial. How the hell am I gonna find you? Go for sea burial or wind burial. Okay. Right. So that's why a lot of time you can see that there is a strong advocation of whether whatever it is, just whoever that die, right, give them a proper burial. You can see, so that there is a place whereby this particular version of your soul, your Shuang Ling is attached to. So if there's anything to settle, go and settle with that. Right. So now the universal account run on its own. Their GPS is very, very powerful. Right. The GPS is very powerful. So wherever you plant the thing is, right, so yeah, they can locate you and try to balance things up, right? So now later probably I'll give you a small example of universal balancing. Then you start to understand, it's like, oh, okay, right? So this seems like something that you shouldn't be interfering with. Right. So now there's this no second one, which is basically your Shuang Ling. So this is the spirit that you see, feel, maybe exists. No scientific support for this particular one is all this spirit. All is this particular spirit. It's not the other one. The other one is already lining up for the reincarnation. It's booking. The fella has went there and do booking already. All right. Garden burial is better. Very popular in Singapore. I don't know lah. Right. So it's just that you need a grave lah. You need grave as a marking. As in it's a place for that fella to place whole. Right. So he's the one who's gonna take in brunt of whatever that you have done right or wrong. Right. So he's a lawyer lah. He's the lawyer lah. So it's like if there's anything happen, right, we chase after the lawyer. Correct or not? Right. So you need to appoint a lawyer representative. That's basically it. Right. So you need to appoint a lawyer representative. So this is your lawyer soul. Right. So then you got your accountant soul. Everything I say, is like very business world. Right. So so you got your Jing, right? So this is the accountant. Now this is the fella who's running around trying to clear your book. Right? You owe somebody karmic point here, that fella owe you karmic point, nah, this is the accountant, right? So he is, in charge of your perception and sensitivity, right? So that's why, if you see that, these three fella come together, then, you have your vitality, you got your energy, you got all your, all these kind of things all pure up together with all the desire, you become a template of a person. A person is supposed to be like this, right? So if you got missing component, then right? So this is the person that basically go and clear up all the karmic there, right? So this is the accountant, lor. Right? So whatever that you have done, right? Whatever that you have done, as a human at that point in time. So now when you are passing that time, you need to clear up. If you have not clear up, not pay up all these particular debt, and all this debt merit, all this kind of thing is not balanced, then you're not allowed to join for reincarnation. Make sense or not? Right. So you see, reincarnation, in this particular version of it, it is not as simple as I die, I go and reincarnate. There seems like a lot of things that need to be there. Right. So and hence this one would explain a little bit on why people tells you, you shall, need to do good, you need to collect your merit point, your 功德, which is also come in line with, the other side of the story, whereby I give you different ranking of entity, right? So like how you're gonna become an immortal is through the process of collecting merit, right? So yeah, all this basically runs on a currency of merit, right? 功德, right? So it's a trading thing. Seems to be a common trading theme in the world of spirit, if you want to call it, right? So the other realm, the other multiverse, you want to call it. Even if we talk about reincarnation, is also the same, right? So it's basically, when you go through the reincarnation reset process, that time, they will also go and you know um audit your merit and also the thing to decide, whether, what are the lesson that you need to go and learn, right? So what are the lesson that required to be learned, right? So now once all your karmic debt thingy, right? So now you see, this fella doesn't bear the responsibility of being punished or whatever. Is your just now upper, the one that is attached to the grave, the fella is gonna get scolded. Poor fella. One fella already run away, and to be booking a new place. So that fella is not gonna bear anything. So your ghost soul is gonna stay back. Right. So and this is the fella who got need to run around and settle stuff, right? So these three fella work together, right? So once everything is balanced, settle everything, right? So once settle everything, then then you can go away, lah, right? So that's why a lot of time when you go and do prayer, 拜你嘅祖先 so go and put there, right? So you are actually, again, I tell you, you are actually donating your merit to this particular fella, so that the accountant, can go and take the merit and go and pay off all the debtor, whoever that you have, you want to call it done wrong. I'm trying to avoid to use the word done wrong, right? So it's, don't take a look at this particular process as right and wrong, right? So it's just things that has happened, right? So now again, because you doesn't know what the hell has the rule written, you don't know, right? So I'll give you a story a bit later, then probably you'll be able to understand a bit, right? So all these three, when it's all clear already, then they go and find a new host, and then they will install, play the game again, reincarnation as a human, right? So you reincarnate as a human, you play the game again, right? So and then why do you want to play the game again? So it's again, you need to achieve all the, back to the reincarnation thingy, you need to achieve all the goal, which I don't know what all the goals is. After you finish achieving all the goal, nirvana, you get ejected from the game. Probably there's something else there. Completely no idea, right? So that's basically the process. So can you see that whatever, whichever direction you go, all this, right, it seems to all go back to the same linear storyline of trying to get something done, right? So there is an account to balance, right? So there's an account to balance, there's stuff to balance. So the challenge right now is that mm, what you think as right may not actually be right, right? So due to a few things, right? So like for example, if given enough time, if I extend your time, right? Let's say that if I extend your time, let's say to 1,000 years, right? So you're gonna be around for 1,000 years. very naturally, then you would see death as something that is, not really that important. Right now, you feel a lot of time when you see anything dying, you say, "Oh, what a great loss!" Did he die? But if I extend your life to 1,000 year, and every 50 year you're gonna see something die, you get used to it. You see, understand or not? Right? You get used to it, sensitized. You get sensitized to it, right? So, and things like love, right? So things like love. So it's the fella die lah, basically. So tell me, if you are, if you are a, those 1,000, 2,000 years old immortal, you've seen vampire leh, right? So no, so you see all your lover grow old leh, and see all your lover die leh, right? So no, yeah. How many time can you see? Maybe the first 10, 15 time you may feel, oh, lost. Tell me, if this is the 50th time that you see, your so-called lover die, you got meaning or not? You see, that's why I said that, perspective of a person is different. So same thing, if I change it to economic, uh, somebody who said that, they have just lost 50,000, it's like, oh, I'm gonna die, cannot, I just lost, somebody scam me 50,000. Right? So, to a person who is basically, every day, losing maybe, 5, 10 million business expenses, different. Right? So, no, when you take a look at your 50,000, it's like, what the hell you're doing away? Hey, hello, amateur. Right? Got people or not? Got people like, every day, the business are actually, consume like 5, 10 million every day. Right? So, of course, like Elon Musk, his entire business consume, 5, 10 million a day. Right? Nothing to him, So you there complaining about losing 50,000, come on. Right? So, so that's why sometimes perspective is a bit different. So now the example I'm gonna give you, right, is basically this, so that you can a understand a bit, what is called not getting involved, right? So that's why a lot of time when you take a look at no matter whichever religion, no matter whichever belief, right? So there is always this component of not getting involved, letting go, right? Being able to let go, being able to disconnect, being able to, right? So in Buddhism, say Tai Guang, right? So the four emptiness, right? So we call four emptiness, right? So in the Taoism, we got the belief of Wu Wei. Wu Wei mean that don't do anything. So a lot of this basically is there, right? So now the story is like this, right? There's once a guy who basically came over to a you want to say Guan Yin temple, also can, whichever temple like deity temples, right? So and then they talk to the deity, it's like, hey, deity, right? So if I have your ability, then that would be very good, and just just timing is just right. The deity actually has a very important meeting to go back up to uh the heaven temple, right? The teen thing, to have a meeting, urgent meeting, right? Urgent meeting. But the deity said that if I go away, right, shit, how's I'm gonna run my temple? And this particular fella said that he wishes to become a deity. So the deity break a deal with this guy, like, hey, guys, so since you really like to become a deity, right? I have something to do. How about you part time my place? Yeah, you come part time my place lah, right? So you help me things. Then the fella said, but I do not, very easy one only, very easy. You just sit here, you just listen. Shut up, don't talk. That's your job, right? Just sit here, listen, shut up, don't talk. That's it. Okay? Don't get involved, don't talk. Right? Just quiet only, just sit here, listen. Easy job, right? It should be very easy job as a deity, correct? Just shut up and listen, don't talk, don't get involved, right? So the fella said that, okay lah, let's give it a try lah. Right? So the fella, become the deity, right? So the fella become the deity, and then the actual deity, went for his meeting lah. Right? So went for a meeting, great. Right? So then first, there was this very rich businessman who come and make a wish, right? So yeah, deity people come and make wishes, da 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 da, tell the fella da 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 everything. But when the rich fella left that time, he accidentally dropped his wallet. Right? So you cannot talk, ma. You cannot tell the fella, hey, you drop your wallet. Cannot, not allowed to talk. So you have to shut your freaking mouth. Right? Interesting, all right. So the fella cannot talk. So I can't talk. I can't talk. Right? So I need to shut my mouth. Right? So the wallet dropped. So then next a poor man came over, and make a wish to basically for the deity to help one of his family member who is very sick right now, very sick, and want the deity to help out the thing, right? So and as he finished making his wishes, as he kowtow, put his head down to pray to the thing, right? So and as he raised his head, he saw the wallet that the other merchant has dropped. So got money inside, can buy medicine and save, right? Can buy medicine and save the uh family member, right? So wow, no, so you see now is Cantonese called Hin Ling the deity is potent, right? So I asked for help, and here you are, money there on the floor, right? So it's like wow, the deity is very potent, right? So now you go, but that money cannot tell, right? So then this fellow went off already. Then third, there's this fisherman, or you want to say sea merchant, come over and pray for what we call clear sky, right? Pray for clear sky, make sure that the trip is good, right? So pray for all those kind of things, right? So then as he stand up and try to leave the first merchant, right? So the first merchant came in and tried to find his wallet. So as the guy see the what we call the fisherman trying to leave, right? As they see the fisherman trying to leave, there was a tuffle there because the merchant accused the fisherman of taking his money. Then there's a fight, there's fight going on. There's fight going on, So this fella deny ever done there, he's innocent. This fella, is like, no, hold on to the fella, say that no, it is you who take, you're the only one here. And then what happened here is that you cannot stop yourself already. It's like no, I witnessed everything. The justice, the right thing to do is to let them know. So you open your golden mouth. So you did not shut your mouth. You open your golden mouth and you go and explain to the merchant, right? So it's happened is, what happened is you accidentally dropped the wallet, then it was picked up by this poor guy, right? So and this particular thing, right? So now what happened is that now the merchant know the truth already, right? So yeah, I know. So the merchant, go over to the poor guy there to get back his wallet, right? So then now what happened? Right? So now what happened? Say, did you do good or not? Question for you first. Do you think that you do the right thing? Right. So this is the part whereby a lot of people cannot wrap their head around. Right. So by logic, it looked like you did the right thing. Right. But because of you doing this, you have interfered with the entire universal running of the things, right? Because originally this entire scenario happened is for the merchant to collect merit point for helping the poor fellow. Okay, right? For the merchant to collect merit point for helping the poor fellow, right? So and the poor fellow is supposed to be able to rescue the uh what we call the loved one, right? So with the money there is, and the fishermen were to be involved in this fight so that the fishermen cannot go out to the sea and the storm would not kill the fishermen. Because of your involvement, right? Because of your involvement, right now the merchant wasn't able to collect any of the merit that he is supposed to be collecting, right? So now he lost all his merit. A life was lost because the money didn't go into getting the required medicine, and another life is lost because this fellow went out to the sea and got hit by the thing, right? So you can see everything basically has his place ready. This is supposed to happen. This entire scenario is meant to happen, but you come in and interfere. So right now, who is supposed to carry the debt? Now, when we talk about debt, please, it's not a process of negative or positive. It is just this energy that is supposed to be exchanging, right? It's supposed to be exchanging. It's supposed to be clear out with each other. Who is supposed to take responsibility? Congratulations, is you. Who asked you to get involved? Right? Everything was planned. Everything was perfect. The merchant, money gone already. It's okay. The fellow can earn back. The fellow is supposed to earn merit through the loss of the money. One life is supposed to be safe, and another life is supposed to be safe where the merchant interrupted the process of going out to the sea. Everything is supposed to be perfect, but then you decide to step your foot into it. Right now, you destabilize the entire thing. Right. So now you got to see that why a lot of time in religion, in whatever belief is it, there is always this particular part that tells you that heaven, universe, the upper power has a plan for you. Right? It is not telling you that, okay, these are all, set storyline, cannot change. It's not that. It's just telling you that this thing has already been planned. Everyone has their own role. You have a role to play. When you go into this particular, you are basically a character in this matrix, you want to call it. You got a role to play. There's certain things that you're supposed to do. So once you finish doing whatever you're supposed to do, that tick is done. You get hoisted back. And then you get transferred into a different. There's this stage game that is playing around. With the almighty powerful doing that. Interesting, right? So now what is right, what is wrong, whatever that you are doing. The things that you think is right. That you classify is right. Is it really right? Right? So like interfering, with things that is supposed to happen. So that's why a lot of time you need to be able to tell yourself that this thing is supposed to happen. Right? No matter whatever you do. Then does it mean that don't do anything? Also not. Right? So I'm just telling you whether you do something or you do not do anything, sometimes it's really you're meant to do or you're meant not to do. Right? So that's why I say that if you are meant to rescue this particular person, the person will come find you for some weird reason. Right? For some weird reason. So that's why I say that, don't get involved with things that is got nothing to do with you. Right? So unfortunately nowadays, marketing, right? Marketing like to, get involved with things that is not right. So as in call, I want to sell you things that you don't need. That's what marketing do. Right? It's not that, I'm selling you things that you need, but I'm selling you things that you don't need. Right? So marketing always extend into that particular part of it, right? So you always, creating unnecessary desire, unnecessary need. That's what marketing does. So that's why, a lot of time we say that, 人食幾多着幾多整定, right? So as a human, how much you eat and how much you can wear is basically set already. It doesn't run away too many, right? So again, I'm not advocating you don't do anything, right? So another one more message is that some religion is always repressed by the, you want to say, society or the people that's in power, is because the belief or the religion somehow is a bit counter a bit lah, right? So the food chain is one good example, right? Oh yes, correct, yes, exactly, Pepper, right? So yeah, it's like the food chain, right? It's like the food chain, bird eat ants, when bird die ants eat bird. Hey, see, right? So no, it's basically then back to that one, right? So like for example, a lot of religion, very scary, So please, those of you from the religion of the Buddhism sect, please don't kill me first. Right? You see, Buddhism always tell you, say that gai hong, letting go, So it's like don't make money. You don't need to make money, don't need to make fame, don't need to make baby. Wait, hello. You're asking everybody to do that. Like, if everybody don't make money, everybody don't make baby, how's the society gonna work? Understand or not? Right? So that's why Buddhism, always gets smacked left, right, up and down. The original Buddhism from India, right? So they really advocate this, whatever people give you, you eat, right? So you see, when you say that whatever people give you, you eat, right? Which means that you are completely dependent on other people to produce the food for you to eat. You are not producing. You are not being productive. So tell me, if there is 1,000, sorry again, if it's 1,000 a monk around, this 1,000 fella is not productive one. They are not working the farm, they are not producing food. Of course, you can't tax them because they got no income. No income cannot tax. Right? Can you see that they are not contributing to the society? What happens if you have a large group of people who's like that? Your society straight away crumble. Right? That's the logical or the realistic things that you need to know, right? So, and if all of them guys are not having babies, how is these three spirits gonna find the next babies to install themselves on? Then you would have more spirit going around too little holes to go into. Make sense or not? Right? Population need to balance. Right? Population need to balance. So right now we are at the particular stage whereby there could probably be more spirit than hosts. Yeah. People is having less and less baby. Last time, one couple have 11 babies, right? So like my dad's side is 14. Yeah, my dad's side is 14. My dad got 14 brother. My mom got 8. Right? So like right now you come to me, I got 2. Right? So now what happened? Right? Now what happened with the, let's say that the 8 pass away, where there's only 2 baby left. So what happened to the rest of the 6 fella? They got no holes to go. Right? So can you see that when you stop having babies, stop making money, the society will eventually collapse one. Make sense? Right? Makes a bit of a sense, right? So I'm not asking you to go and make baby, please. Okay. Right. But it's just things that you just wanna think about. You just wanna think about it, right? So it's like, is this supposed to be like this? Is this right? Is this wrong? Right? So no right, no wrong, right? So not including the entire idea of somebody kill themselves, so it's just like, oh, we should be able to stop this from happening. Maybe it should happen. I don't know, right? Maybe it should happen. So maybe the entire, again, this is not to sound nasty, right? Maybe the departure of certain people, right? So departure or untimely or timely departure of certain people is to send a lesson to another party. That could be it, right? That could be it. That could be the entire thing on it. Okay, cool. Right, so that's it lah, right? So for today, right, Buddhism was also against neutering and spraying of dogs and also cats, right? So got no idea on that. Frankly speaking, no idea on that, right? So no, also the same thing, you see is like neutering them, it's like if you don't neuter them, right? If you don't neuter them, they got not enough food to eat, right? So you can see that animal doesn't have self control, right? So it's just their nature, right? So it's their nature and drive to basically have babies. Then who's feeding the baby? No, right? So no, you need to take a look at di which one, right? So human host got an animal host. Yeah, right. How come a lot of Buddhism monk are actually very powerful feng shui? Right. So this last time, I've addressed a little bit on this one is mainly because now again, feng shui practice is really, generally speaking, is a palace practice. It's not a commoner practice. It's a palace practice. It requires a lot of study. It's basically astrological studies. So for an empire, when they fall, all these scholars, very smart people, they run away from the palace. And when they run away from the palace, they have no other means of making a living except doing all this feng shui. But if they openly go and do feng shui, right, people's gonna know that you're from the palace. The old palace people will kill you. The new palace people will also kill you. So it's very scary. So now what they do is that they need to peddle their arts, so they mix it with religion. Right? That's the easiest way to peddle your art, is to mask it together with religion. So Taoism, Buddhism, whatever it is, right? And also because these also are people who are to study scripture is actually very difficult. They are smart people. So they're smart people. They have access to all this smart knowledge. So they can practice. So today is very simple. Today feng shui knowledge you can acquire pretty easily. And it is not something that is, no one will kill you for practicing feng shui, except if you're in China. Serious, China feng shui is still banned. Don't play around with it, please. Don't go China, carry a banner there, feng shui service, you will get arrested. Okay? Right? So that's basically in Taoism, right? When someone die, right, which one is better, being buried or being cremated? Usually is the buried. The recommendation is buried. Cremation is really not something that is again, for you to cremate someone, you need a lot of firewood. And to use firewood to cremate is a waste. Actually, wood is very, very valuable in China last time. Just tell you first. Super valuable in China last time. Wood, it's not something that is again because why wood basically determine your survival. Yeah, you don't need to burn fire, keep warm and all the thing. And the wood, a lot of time is belong like normal to the landowner. You cannot simply chop other people tree. You don't know that, right? So, why got spirit got boiled up from the cauldron? Huh? Spirit boiled out from the cauldron. What is that? So that one is probably the uh Sabachang Teo, right? So your might Lin, you might be mentioning something like the Sabachang Teo, so the 18 level of hell, 18 level of hell, So this one again is a different storyline. Right? It's a different storyline, of somebody who have did bad, then they get sent to hell. So depending on how bad the bad that you have did, right? So then there is punishment, right? So there's punishment, right? So yeah, the other day, in reincarnation, I tell you hell level is basically impervious. Impervious mean that you can't really get killed, but you can feel the suffering, right? So it's for you to feel the suffering, until you learn your lesson. Yeah, that's basically 18 level of hell, but that one maybe one day if I ever. Right. I think it's referring to my backdrop. Referring to my. Oh no no! Oh, you're referring to my backdrop. No 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 no. This one is not. This is just basically the three spirit coming together. To be installed into a baby. Tell you why, because the ChatGPT refused to use the graphic of a baby. Yes, ChatGPT actually did scold me, saying that what you're asking me to draw, somehow is not really that. Yeah lah. So I found out if you try to use a real life person image to do, they got a ChatGPT got a bit of a beef with that. Um, using babies. I don't know specifically using babies or certain wording that I'm using. Just to me, when he say that, when the fella come up with a prompt that oh, this is not very appropriate. How about if I change it to this? Okay, change. I don't care. It's basically that only, right? So can guys. Right, so now again, nah, all these things please just keep it, as a database. Don't need to believe it, don't need to go and prove it, don't need to search for it, don't need to go and argue with it. It's just this is part of what we call Chinese culture that exists, right? So there are certain group and sect of people that are very passionate about this. So let them be, leave them be, right? So maybe one day when you are having a discussion with another person who brought up this particular topic, then you say that, oh no, I know a little bit about this. Then you can join in for a intellectual conversation and see what is the other party's view on it, so that you don't get too blur case. Right? So everything also can discuss, right? No need to become very very blur case on stuff. Right? So so I just supply you with some of my interpretation and also experience, right? So yeah, I'm again, I'm not really into this sort of stuff, but since the information come my way, so again, I also believe the information come my way mean that there are certain things that I should ought to know. So okay lah, right? So since I've done already, then I share this, and very likely I will just forget about this one. Really, really, I'm really that type of person. If it's not useful, I will just forget about it. Right? Same with people also. So like I'm bad with remembering people name. Really bad, hell bad. Right? So unless I've seen you like 8, 7, 9, 8 times before, then I'll remember your name. If this is the first time I see you, right, confirm I forget your name. Right? Second, third, fourth, fifth time, right? So if it's got second, third, fourth, fifth time means that the signal is very strong that there ought to be something that I need to do with this. Back to the the thing is that which means that I have to get involved with you somehow, right? Or else you would have disappeared already. I would something that I need to get involved with. I just don't know what. So that's why you keep on showing up, repeating yourself, in front of me. Also, same thing. If there is certain scenario that always appearing in front of you, is because you have not done your part. You have not learned your lesson, so that's why it keep on repeating. It keep on whacking you until you are done, right? So once you are done your part or you have learned your lesson, then the thing will disappear. Right? Make sense, right? So this fall back all into that. You have the affinity to share with your student or follower. Yeah, no, so just part of the sharing. Lah. So the part of it that I don't want you guys to get scared with this stuff. It's like, oh no, the spirit world, reincarnation, everything. Just take it as a knowledge base. That's it. Okay, right? So just take it as a knowledge base. Right. So don't get too scared with it. No need to go in. So yeah. Right. So it doesn't need to go and prove whether it's right or wrong. No need to argue with all this kind of thing. Don't bother with it. You just maintain that there is a group of people who believe in this. That's it. Done. Okay. So I'm just somebody who just taking a look at this sort of stuff. Right. So like for example, there are a group of people who love Labubu. So nothing ma. You let them love Labubu. You just leave them alone lah. Okay, can or not? You please don't come to me and then say Labubu is great. I'll smack the hell out of you. Right? So no, so Sifu achievement, which indicator represent ghosts or spirit? We usually use snake. Right? Usually use snake. Right? So anything that's dodgy, snake. Not tortoise, right? So tortoise is fake. Snake is dodgy. Right? Dodgy stuff. Right, during this period, we share our merit. We'll use up your merit. PJ, you generate merit one. Human is the only creature, as far as I know, that produce merit. Right, we produce merit on a natural basis. This is like you produce blood on a natural basis. When you donate blood, right, you don't go die. Right, is this problem when you sell blood? There are people who sell blood, right? They don't donate blood, they sell blood. So when you donate blood, they tell you that maybe 4-5 months only you are allowed to donate one time. When you sell blood, there is no limitation how much you sell. Right? So sell blood is you use your merit point in exchange for making wishes. Right? There are certain wishes that you make that is beyond your merit point. So now what happens is that when you make a wish that is beyond your merit point, you have a merit deficit. Okay, when you have a merit deficit, then things become very complicated because I don't know the account. Sorry, no, I've not read anything that has anything to do with the account. Don't know the account mean that I don't know what's the interest rate of a merit deficit. No idea. What is the payment term? No idea. When is the collection deadline? No idea. So if at the point of collection, if you don't have enough merit, who bear the responsibility? No idea. It's unlike a banking document. Banking document I can read. So I know that your interest rate subjected is 18%. And you're supposed to pay every month, or every 3 months you're supposed to pay. And if there was ever a margin call, and who or your family member we will go after for the payment. These are all written very clearly in a loan document. Right? So then you can risk mitigate. But in world of the merit exchange, or aka you guys making wishes all over the places, right? So I don't know what is the exchange rate. So that's why I'm a bit apprehensive with this thing called manifestation or wish making, especially when the wish come true. I wish for this thing, it came true. Okay, who's paying for it? I don't know. No, seriously. Right? So then all these people who especially you have heard those people who got lottery. I asked for lottery and then I get lottery. Then what happened? Usually them, their family member, all starting to go and go. Yeah, merit balance. Right, go ahead. Right. So yes. Right. So again, please don't get too scared with all this kind of stuff. Right? So no, yeah. If you do it, carry the responsibility. Right? So it's like a strong warning, don't simply go and do, right? So that's why, a lot of time when we say that you make wishes, please wish for something that is within your possibility realm, right? Right. So if you are currently not even earning 100,000 a year, don't ask for 1 million. Okay, that's a bit too far away, right? So it's like, I want to become millionaire, right? So must keep doing good. Yeah, no, that again, the question of doing good, right? Doing good. What is doing good? What is helping people? From your perspective, you might have just helped the people. Like just now, the part-time deity, he thought that he is helping people, but in the actual sense, he just destroy an entire great stuff, right? So just be careful, lah, right? So no, yeah, no, bring you see more temple. Yes, correct. No, I'll bring you to see places of significance, right? Places of significance, because temple also got not very useful temple. Right, so no, if the idea is correct, the idea is basically correct, is to do good. It's just that you need to be careful with the term good. Not everything that you think good is actually okay, right? So no, yeah. All right. Wow, red dragon, so far away, right? So all right, so then done, right? So it's basically okay and done for today, right? So tomorrow confirm won't have any broadcast. I will be traveling to the great land of Thailand, right? So it is again another recce trip to go and take a look at Thailand. Right? So so if it's possible, then maybe it's a place that I can bring you all. When you are coming to Malaysia, right? So yeah. How about day trips? Yeah, no more temple. Right? So we're gonna take a look at Thailand temple. See how. Right. So you see, now I have confirmed Muslim mosque. Right. So I've confirmed their architecture logic behind it. Right. So churches, I've also confirmed mostly why they built it in that particular manner. Right. So Chinese temple mostly is feng shui. Indian temple very close. Indian temple and Chinese temple very close, partner with each other. Yeah. Right, so Vedic astrology is also basically feng shui. Or you want to say feng shui is basically Vedic astrology. All right. Okay. All right. So no, don't. So now let's go and take a look at Thailand temple. Right. So you need to go for a few to take a look at how the architecture work, and maybe interview the abbot there. Then only know, right? Right? A bit different. Yes, of course, that definitely got different one. Definitely got different. Right. So yeah, Vatsu. Right. So it's definitely got different, because why, culturally we are different, right? Culturally we are different. All right. So guys, take care. Right. So happy that you guys joined me for such a long session. OK，唔該晒啊，陪我。